Good morning. How are we? How did everybody sleep? All of those flares that we were talking about are starting to come closer to Earth. So I don't know about you guys, and plus the new moon, but my dreams were very, very, very intense last night, which we're going to talk about. Dreams and dream journals. I'm going to give just a moment to see if we have some people join us on live today. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Remember that Facebook does not show me who you are. If you want me to see your name, if you watch from YouTube, I don't know why, but YouTube will show me your username. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. Hopefully everybody slept good last night. I certainly stayed up too late, like one Rhiannon does. And I had some really intense dreams. Good morning. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh my God, from Australia. Good morning. What time is it there? Is it like, what are you guys? 12 hours? Good morning, Robin. So see, I don't know why. Some people's names I can see, but whoever just said from Australia, I don't know. Is that Bianca? Because I know Bianca is from Australia, but so we've got actually quite a few. So let me know who you are, or try to find a way to 11:26 p.m. So not too late. I don't know if you're a night owl like me and you stay up way too late, but good morning. I would love to be able to see who's commenting what, but I do believe they want you to register somehow for that. But Friday the 1st, no, I don't know. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Mandy. Yeah, so today's officially the new moon, but we already slept through it. So the new moon happened at like 2:24 a.m. I stayed up for it. I was doing some new moon work, and those of you who joined me yesterday morning, we were kind of talking about how this was a really cool new moon with the Cassimi, and I think I kind of misexplained that. A Cassimi can be when any two or more planets are lined up. I can't remember how to explain it now, but basically, okay, so what that conversation did when we were talking about the new moon Cassimi yesterday morning, and then I was telling you guys, okay, if you have your natal chart, pull up your natal chart and look to see if you have anything at 11 degrees. Remember when I said that? So I casually pull up my natal chart that I have on my cell phone. I've got about 50 different versions of my natal chart, but I have one that I'm able to keep on my phone because I'm always looking at it. So I pull up my natal chart on my phone and I see that I happen to have my Chiron at 11 degrees. Well, little did I know yesterday morning, but I found out last night when I was getting ready. When I sit down to do like a new moon ritual or a full moon ritual, I'm going to sit down. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to look and see what other transits are we having. You want to, think about what is the energy of Aries or whatever moon we're in. You want to start pulling in those energies. It's kind of nice if you have some different types of tools. Like that's why I love the positive astrology cards, because you can go, okay, new moon in Aries. What does this mean? And where's my moon? My moon's in the 5th house or whatever. So that's how you can start to see how current transits are going to affect you personally versus the collective. So anyway, I'm like, oh yeah, you guys, my Chiron's at 11 degrees. So if you have anything at 11 degrees in your chart, because this new moon is going to be at 11 degrees, it's going to activate that in your chart. Well, I didn't know that there's a new moon conjunct Chiron at 11 degrees. So that means it's going to be activating Chiron. And my Chiron is in 11 degrees. And my Chiron's in my 1st house of self. And if you guys know anything about astrology, Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's going to be bringing up like the stuff that we want to pretend didn't ever happen, our deepest wounds. And I don't know why, you guys, just like I was losing my shit last night. I was so emotional. I was just like, why? I don't know if I'm ready. I just felt kind of blindsided. I'm normally paying more attention to the transit. So anyway, even if your Chiron's not at 11 degrees like mine, this new moon is going to be pulling up Chiron for people. So it still would be good for you to look and see where your Chiron's at in your chart. Good morning, Brittany. Hello, dear. So look at your chart and see where your Chiron's at. So let's talk about Chiron for a second. Chiron's a comet. Most Western astrology chart calculators are going to show it. Again, I also study Hermetic astrology. So my Hermetic astrology does not show the nodes or Chirons or comets, because there's some other comets as well. But let's just talk about it. Okay, Chiron has karmic energy and heals personal inner wounds. It's transformative, influential, healing, receptive, spiritual, and positive. Chiron is a comet, and it symbols a time of wholeness, returning to your life. Issues must be faced in order to accomplish this reunion of self. So Chiron is known as the wounded healer. Chiron is the natal chart. Chiron in the natal chart represents your deepest spiritual wounds and indicates areas where you may have reoccurring issues. And mine's in my first house, and your first house is of yourself. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Mine's in my first house. Your first house represents you as a person. So that's a very, deep place to have that wound. Okay, so, and then to have it at 11 degrees, which is exactly where we're at. This new moon conjunct Chiron at 11 degrees. So for me, I was just like, what in the hell? So typically I work on manifestations during new moon, but last night I decided, you know what? I'm going to work on healing right now, because sometimes the universe is going to give you opportunities for healing. And if you don't take it, it's going to do it for you. And how spirit and the universe does it for you is it's going to throw situations at you to force you to face it. And typically, like we talked about yesterday, those situations are very, very difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. And I'm going to save and wait and do my manifestations around April 11th. So I kind of wanted to just talk about that real quick too, although I'm sure we'll talk about it again on the 11th. So if any of you that typically work with the new moon as well are kind of feeling like, I don't know, I don't feel like I want to manifest right now, then don't force yourself into doing something that doesn't feel authentic. You have the full 2 weeks from the new moon to the full moon. As the moon is waxing, you have that entire 2 weeks to work on that. So don't feel like you have to do it all on the day of the new moon or the day of the full moon, okay? But as we get further into April, the other thing is that's also going on right now, Saturn and Mars are both conjunct in Aries as well. And Saturn and Mars are both considered malefic planets, or more difficult, I guess, if you want to say bad planets. In astrology, there are planets that are benefic or beneficial and good, like Jupiter and Venus. And there are planets that are known as malefic, like think of like Maleficent on Sleeping Beauty, right? Malefic, they're kind of assholes. Saturn is like the punisher and the regulator, and Mars is the planet of war. So imagine those two together, and Mercury is our communication. So it's just, it's a lot, plus all the solar stuff going on. Okay. So anyway, if you didn't feel like super gung-ho to manifest last night, always trust how you're feeling. Don't just do things because everybody else is doing it. You have 2 weeks to work on this. But on the 11th, we have a transit that hasn't happened since 1856, which is Jupiter, I believe, is already in Pisces, but Neptune's going to be joining Jupiter, and Neptune used to be the ruler of Pisces. Okay. So, ancient astrology, before they found like Pluto, for instance, right? They weren't able to see certain planets that were so far out. So they used to just go off of 7 planets. So Neptune used to be the ruler of Pisces and, what else? Sagittarius, because now Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So anyway, Jupiter is a really good planet. Like I just talked about, it's benefic, and Neptune, and it's going to be in Pisces. So those of you Pisces, maybe that's why you guys keep getting so many cards. You guys are going to still be, you guys are still in a lot of really cool energy, but we'll talk about that more when it gets there. My main point is don't force yourself into something that doesn't feel authentic. And right now with the new moon, look at your chart, see where your Chiron's at, and do some work with your wounded healer. Okay. And yes, new moon. Okay. So I had some pretty interesting dreams last night. Also, anytime Jupiter's in Pisces, your dreams are going to be super vivid and intense because Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and then Pisces being very dream, oriented. Your dreams right now might be very, very, more than they normally are. So I was a person that was always like, I don't ever remember my dreams, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you really think about it, you guys, how many hours and days and months and years, if you live a lifetime of like 80 years, you guys, we spend anywhere from, 6 hours to 8 hours out of every 24 hours asleep. So add that up over 80 years, you guys. That's so much time that I kind of freaked me out to look at it that way. And I was like, what am I doing in that time? Now I know I have a lot of stuff going on in my sleep that I don't necessarily remember dreams, but I know for a long time, if you guys follow my TikTok, I made a TikTok about this the other day because for like 6 years, I've been having some weird things happen to my hands in my sleep. For like the first 3 years, I would wake up and my hand would hurt, my left hand, and I would feel like somebody was doing something with my hand. In fact, there were a couple times that I would wake up and I would feel like I'd have to pull my hand back from somebody. And it was scary to me, but the energy of the entity or whatever it was that had my hand didn't feel bad. They didn't feel scary. They felt like they were probably good, but it would still scare me. But I would feel like they were activating my palm chakras. And I'm pretty sure this happened a little bit before I did Reiki and then continued after I did Reiki. And then it started to change from, I wasn't just like having them like doing something to my hands, but I would start doing these weird like hand gestures in my sleep. And I still do that to this day. In fact, I want to set up my like Ring porch camera in my bedroom and see what the hell I'm doing while I sleep. I'm kind of afraid. I'm kind of scared because it's one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know what I mean? So if you guys have watched the movie or the series, The OA on Netflix, which if you haven't, 10 out of 10 recommend go watch The OA. But they basically open like a portal, a time travel portal with these like dance movements or whatever, right? But I felt like that's what I was doing with my hands. But I've heard of people that speak light language and write down light language, but I didn't know there was like a sign language or whatever of light language. And then I see some guy on TikTok that was doing this like channeling and his hands were doing what my hands do when I sleep. And I was like, that's it. That's what I've been doing. But I don't know how to translate that and take that from my dream state into the real world, or I don't even know if I'm supposed to. So I know a lot about a lot of things, and I'm used to being on this side, helping and guiding and teaching you guys, but I need a teacher on that. So if anybody knows anything about light language / sign language, because I'm doing it with my hands, I can't do it during the day. So don't make fun of me. It doesn't look like this. When I'm doing it in my sleep, you guys, and I wake up and my hands are doing it, and I'm like, it's just crazy. So I recommend keeping a dream journal. You're always supposed to be keeping a dream journal because you will, just like if you come to me for a tarot reading or, you might not think that stuff makes sense. And then it happens 3 weeks later, or it happens 3 months later. So, you want to keep track of your dreams. So I got myself a dream journal. Do I, have I been able to write down everything every single night? No, I'm starting with just a few details. Like if I have people that I know come into my dream, I'll write down whoever it was that I seen in my dream. I'll write down just like the overview. The sooner that you start writing it down when you wake up, like if you can get in the habit of starting to write as soon as you wake up, even before you go pee, you'll recall a lot more. I keep mine down here in my office, so I probably should take it up in my bedroom, but I haven't so far. But anyway, you guys, I recommend start keeping a dream journal. We spend so much time in our sleep. Who knows what kind of information is coming through that we're missing out on because we're not paying attention to it. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about, yesterday we talked about Soleil water, which is a saline water that really helps to keep you hydrated. It gives you a lot of essential minerals because Himalayan salt has like 82 of the 102 minerals that you guys need. But I also had just learned about something called bioplasma. And I'm not, this isn't an MLM. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I bought this on Amazon for $10. I had heard about it and I ordered it and it came in one day. So it came yesterday. I heard about it on Wednesday. It came yesterday and I was able to try it for the first time. Now, I didn't know what it was. I just heard him talk about what it was. And actually, the guy that was talking about this was the same guy that I seen channeling the light language with his hands. So he was talking about how if you're, a light worker, you're a healer, you're very sensitive to energy, we can be overstimulated very, very easily. If you've got kids with a lot of anxiety, which I know I do, or if you yourself have a lot of anxiety, that this bioplasma can help really get you grounded and help with anxiety. So I ordered it, like I said, $10. I got here in 2 days. So then I was actually able to read what it said because all I heard him say, it was like on a TikTok live. So, like with this, if you don't catch me saying it in the beginning, you don't know what we're talking about if you come in live. So it says it's a combination of all 12 cell salts, not cell shopping spree, like cell, like your cellular level, CELL, a combination of all 12 cell salts. And it says for relief of symptoms of colds and flus. So if you have a cold, but then it says, and for your nervous system. Your nervous system is what causes anxiety if you're overstimulated, if your nervous system is overstimulated. So, and also for fatigue and for headaches. So I took this. What you do is there are these tiny, tiny little baby tablets. They almost look like baby aspirin. Remember what baby aspirin? You can't probably can't even see what that looks like. Look how tiny it is. You take 4 to 5 and you place them under your tongue and you just let them dissolve. And you guys, I felt better within like 10 minutes. When I'm busy doing as many readings as I do in a day, I get so drained. And some of my really, regular loyal clients are here today and they know it's hard to get a reading with me sometimes because I could be available, but if my energy's already spent for the day, then I can't work. And it's not that I don't want to, and it's not that I don't want to help my clients, but my energy will just be depleted. That's what I'm going to be trying these for. And so I tried them yesterday and they really worked. I went ahead and put some Reiki symbols on mine and I cleared mine just to make, just to give them that extra little oomph. But they are homeopathic, by the way. They're homeopathic. And it even says on the directions, like you can give these to kids, like little kids. So I feel like for the price point, why not try that? And with, again, all the solar activity that's going on, anything that you can do to take care of yourself, I feel like you should try it. So we're going to get into the readings here right now, but I did want to mention one thing. I did notice, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not. Yesterday, after yesterday's live stream, I lost 2 subscribers, and I can't help but think it's because I mentioned that I was not vaccinated. And if that's a problem for people, honestly, that's really sad. But I don't judge anybody for their personal choices. And if somebody's going to judge me for mine, I think that's really petty and really sad. But like, okay, bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Emily, no, I'm not taking questions right now. We're going to do a card for each sign, and remember, I can't see your guys' names. If you want me to see your name, you need to log in, but we're going to start with Aries and we're going to go through to, Pisces. The homeopathic thing, they are called, well, the brand is called Highlands, and they're called Bioplasma, and they are a combination of all 12 cell, CELL salts. The brand is Highlands. They had other brands on there, but this was the one he said that he had taken, and they were cost effective, and so they actually did have a, they had a thing that you could buy like 10 bottles. And I was like, well, probably want to try 1 bottle first, but they're so good. They work so effectively. I probably am going to stock up and buy the package of 10. So yeah, no, I'm not doing personal questions today, but we will do, now we'll get into the to the daily polls. Okay, so daily energy. Remember, and this is actually a reminder to me. This is just daily energy. I'm not reading your fortune for the next 6 weeks or 6 months or something. That's hard for me because I'm used to doing that. So sometimes I look into this too far. Okay, so starting with Aries on this Aries new moon on the 1st of April. Is anybody going to do any April Fool's jokes today? Hopefully I don't get punked by my kids or somebody. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so Aries, anybody that has an Aries sun, moon, or rising, or if you know that you have dominant Aries placements of other kinds, take whatever you guys, know fits with you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's collective energy. So Aries, today we're working with the Slow Tarot. I love this deck, the Slow Tarot. Aries, there we go. And you got the 6 of Coins. Okay. So 6 of Coins, it should be, a pretty good and balanced day based on the, just the scales of justice. I can't help but just look at those and think about balance, but maybe find some ways for you to be giving to others today. Yes, this is a kind of an energy of giving, helping, being charitable, philanthropic, or philanthropic. I don't know how to, but you know what I'm saying, charitable. If you see somebody on the side of the road and you have $2 in your pocket, give them the $2. It's an energy of sharing and being very generous. And of course, knowing that everything that we give comes back to us, tenfold. So any ways that you can be generous and giving today, Aries, go ahead and do that. All right. How have your guys' dreams been though? Has anybody else noticed intense dreaming since we've got this solar activity going on? Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention about that, as we talked about, which by the way, you guys, all those CMEs aren't even set to hit Earth until like tonight and tomorrow. So you should make sure, hello, good morning. I can't see anybody's names, not anybody's, a couple people I can. If you don't register, I can't see your name. But hello. So make sure you have some extra candles and flashlights on hand. It can take down power grids. It can take down internet. It can mess with the, cell phone towers, etc. So just be prepared with that. Just because I did see last night they had upgraded some of the flares to like a higher level. They didn't expect them to be as big as they were. So, okay, Taurus. Your card for the day. All right. Knight of Wands. Okay, so knights are, Mina, hi. I'm not taking personal questions, Mina. On you guys, I'm probably never, I don't like to use the word never, but these morning sessions are more about us getting together, chatting, hanging out. I'm going to be doing a daily poll for each sign, but this isn't for free readings or for personal questions. Actually, what I was going to say, what I would like to do, I would like to start having some other people join me. So I think I'm going to probably start with my mods and my admin. So Bianca, if you're watching, which I can't remember if that was Bianca from Australia. And Asia, I want to have some people start meeting. We can get some better conversations going, but these are kind of just more casual than that. Okay, Taurus, Knight of Wands. The Knights always kind of have with it that sense of action. And I kind of have been looking at the Knights a little bit differently since I've been studying more and more and more the Hermetic Tarot, which I've been telling you guys about, which is the Sacred Tarot. In the Sacred Tarot system, the Knights are called the Horsemen, and they're considered a whole separate entity from the other court cards. So I'm starting to kind of look at the Knights that way. They are very much rescuers, kind of think about what you used to think when you'd hear the word knight. You think of that knight in shining armor, somebody taking action, somebody going after something, and this is the Knight of Wands. So that's all about the fire element and taking action, literally taking action, going after what you want. Look at him on his motorcycle. He's on his way somewhere, just like a knight would be on his horse. You might have a very busy day. You might be driving around a lot. You might have to go a ton of different places. And maybe you feel a little bit overwhelmed by that, but because the card's upright, and fire element is so much about energy and passion and vitality, I feel like you're going to have the energy that you need to get everything accomplished. I was saying who I was, as you could not see my name. Hi. Yes. Thank you, Mara. Thank you. Hi. Good morning. Okay. So that was Taurus. And now we'll go to Gemini. Gemini, what's your card for today? 9 of Pentacles. I love the 9 of Pentacles, especially if you're a female, just because there's not a ton of court cards that show that feminine energy. You know what I mean? So 9 of Pentacles to me is all about knowing your worth. A lot of times it's other people know your worth too. Sometimes I feel like it's more if it's in reverse, but sometimes if somebody sees you as the 9 of Pentacles, maybe they think you're kind of hoity-toity, or they think you're a little bit like snobbish, but I don't prefer to look at it that way, especially if it's upright. I prefer to look at it as like knowing your worth. It's okay for you to hold yourself up to that level. It's okay to put yourself on a pedestal. Okay. Know your worth, and it's okay to be that bitch sometimes. You know what I mean? And if you're a guy watching this and you're a Gemini, you can be that bitch too. But 9 of Pentacles is very like, look at her, just very regal, just sitting there. I love the traditional Rider-Waite 9 of Pentacles, and I really love the Morgan Greer. If you've seen the Morgan Greer, she also has a parrot. So see this little parrot there. So 9 of Pentacles, if you're a Gemini, you're going to have a great day. Maybe it's payday and you are going to go shopping and you're going to go get yourself something really nice, or you're going to go get your hair done and you're just going to be feeling very luxurious. Okay. If you're a Gemini, it's okay. Be luxurious today. All right. Leo. And because I can't stay on very long today, I've got some private clients booked, and it is payday. So I like to work as much as I can, as early as I can on the hotlines, because people get paid. So I want to get in there and let them get a reading. But Leo, where's your energy at for today, Friday, the new moon? Leo, you've got Ace of Cups reversed and the 3 of Coins reversed. So you, if you didn't already last night have like a little bit of a maybe a bump in the road in your relationship, you might be careful tonight. Actually, I think it's definitely tonight, because 3 of Cups can be like going out, socializing, drinking. Okay. And then you've got this Ace of Cups in reverse as well, which is like, the Ace of Cups upright is your cups being filled and you feel great and you feel happy and content and connected. And then Ace of Cups reverse, it's just dumping out and you feel devastated. You feel sad. It could be a breakup. So, we know that those 3 of Cups can, drinking too much can instigate that. But actually, as I just looked closer, it's the 3 of Coins. So that, and it's still in reverse. So 3 of Coins is more about cooperation, collaborating, working with somebody. So there's still going to be some type of disappointment. And I still think you should take the warning about drinking, because I don't believe in coincidences. But 3 of Pentacles is maybe you were working with somebody on something and you're going to be disappointed, or you are being guided not to. If somebody comes and approaches you today wanting to work with you on something, then it might be a sign not to. Okay. That was for Leo. Okay. So who's next? Virgo. Friday, April 1st. You don't get a card, Virgo. April Fools. Okay. Virgo, also in reverse, 5 of Cups. Okay. So 5 of Cups, 5s are hard. There's just really no other way to look at it. 5s are difficult. But I personally look at the 5 of Cups in reverse like this. In general, I view it, if the card is generally positive in the upright position, then in reverse, it's a little bit more negative or shadow aspect. If the card's already kind of difficult when it's upright, which this one is, then in reverse, I look at it like, okay, the bad things already happened and now it's going to get a little bit better. Like, do you know what I mean? Kind of like the worst has already happened. So the 5 of Cups, there's 5 cups here total. 3 are spilt, and see how this person's crying over these cups that are spilt. I mean, in this case, it's a little child, and they're probably scared they're going to get in trouble, and they're afraid they've ruined everything, and they're sorry, but they just don't know what to do to make it better. Okay, so when the card's upright, we're focusing on the three cups that are spilt, and we're devastated, and we're sad. But when it's in reverse, that means we've decided to turn around and look at the 2 cups that are still up here on the table. See how there's still 2 cups on the table? Well, 2 of Cups represents relationship. And so at the end of the day, that's all you really need is 2 of Cups. So I actually prefer this card in reverse. So who was this for? Virgo. Virgo, if you went through it yesterday at all, or if something happens today and you feel devastated or you feel like it's ruined and it's broken, and Virgos can be very self-critical and very have very, high standards, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's about perspective. You can look at the glass half full or you can look at the glass half empty. You can stare and cry at the cups that are broken and spilt, or you can choose to turn around and look at the 2 cups that are left. Okay. So that was Virgo. Next we have Scorpio. Scorpio. We only have 4 people left on. So I'm guessing most people either already got their card or maybe they were like, oh, I'm out of here, not doing personal readings, which is fine. You guys don't have to hang out. But there will be people that will watch this on the play out. So I'm still going to do all 12 signs. Okay, Scorpio. If you're somebody, though, that was watching and you want to come on and hang out and talk, if you have a book, somebody said yesterday they had a journal. I want to start having some guests and maybe start transitioning a little bit into podcast. I forgot Libra. Okay, thank you. Something did fill off. Libra. How can I forget Libra? My daughter's a Libra. My mom's a Libra. One of my mother-in-laws. I say one of my mother-in-laws because I still consider my ex-husband's mom my mother-in-law because I love her so much. She's a Libra. And my daughter, who's a Libra, is literally ready to have a baby tonight. I really thought she was going to have the baby last night, but she didn't. Okay, Libra. Energy for Libra today. Queen of Wands. So even though you're a little air sign, the Queen of Wands, this is my favorite Queen of Wands, you guys, okay? This is my card. So look at her just sitting there on her throne and look at her little dogs. She has her little chihuahuas just surrounding her. It's hard to get this camera to focus. I apologize. But Queen of Wands is kind of like the Knight of Pentacles. She's that bitch, okay? And I mean that in the most positive way, not bitchy, but that bitch. Be in your power today, Libra. Today is not the day to be small. I know Libras sometimes try to avoid conflict or go with the flow, which is amazing, but today is not that day. Today is the day to stand in your power. Like I was talking about yesterday, she is very, very, very psychic and powerful. Traditionally, she has a little black cat down by her foot. That's why I kind of love this version because I'm allergic to cats and she has her little dogs, but she's very powerful. So if you didn't already do your new moon manifestations yesterday, today would be a good day to use your magic wand, use your magic, use your power, use your will to create what you want to create in this world. So Libra, great energy. Okay, now Scorpio. And that came right out for Scorpio. Okay. I was going to say 5. 4 of Swords. These are in cursive, and so they're kind of harder to read. 4 of Swords is very much a day of rest. Maybe you're a person that has Friday off, and maybe you're thinking, you have plans tonight, but you just don't feel like it, and you just kind of want to stay home. Don't go. 4 of Swords is called the card of Repose, which is kind of like Shavasana in yoga, which is corpse pose, which means lay down and play dead. Just lay there and rest and relax and don't think too much and don't do too much. And see, this woman's just napping underneath her little tent that she's made herself outside. So very much take a nap today, take it easy, Scorpio, and have a great Friday. All right. Sagittarius. Saggies, where's your card for today? All right. 5 of Pentacles reverse. Okay. So again, fives can be hard. 5 of Pentacles is maybe you felt broke. Maybe you have been broke. Maybe your health hasn't been good. But again, because it's in reverse, I feel like, okay, it's not going to get any worse than it is. And maybe you've got something coming in today. It's not like going to be all the way better, because maybe even if you get paid, it's going to be just enough to pay your bills. And you're still going to feel broke, but at least your bills are going to be paid. It's not like it's going to change your fortune, because then we would have got Wheel of Fortune, or we would have gotten 4 of Pentacles as somebody that has the money they need plus more, and they can be stingy with it or whatever. But 5 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like, yeah, it's still going to be tight with money. And so just, like we talked about yesterday, when we expect something to be a certain way and we're focusing on it, if we're telling ourselves how broke we are and how scared we are because we don't have any money, we're actually making that worse. So try to focus on what you do have. Try to focus on the positive of what you do have. Okay. Or maybe your check's short or something. I don't know. Something with money and feeling like, it's not going to be quite enough. Pisces. No, Aquarius. Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. No, right there. Okay. Well, you got balance, or the Justice card. Okay. Which is a great card, but it was in reverse. So something's out of balance today, or something you felt like was unfair. Something's unfair. And if you do have anything legal pending, you might hear something about that today. But again, those are kind of heavier, bigger energies. So we're just going to focus on today, the very light energy of it, which would just be things are a little bit out of balance. So we just want to turn that around, because upright, it's a great card. So if you're an Aquarius, get it together. If you've been drinking too much, maybe don't go out and drink today. If you've been sleeping too much, maybe try to get up and get busy doing something. If you've been doing too much and you haven't had time to sleep, maybe get an extra hour of sleep tonight. That's how you restore balance to things, right? All right. And now finally Pisces. And we've got 2 cards for Pisces again. They're both in reverse today, but let's see what we got. Wheel of Fortune and that 9 of Pentacles is back, and they're both in reverse. So yeah, if you're a Pisces, maybe today you're not feeling luxurious. Who was it that got the 9 of Pentacles upright? That was Gemini, I think. Gemini is going to be out there going shopping, getting their hair done, and feeling like, very luxurious. And some of you Pisces might be the opposite and feeling like shit. Again, maybe you get your check and it's short, or you get your check and you barely have enough to just cover what you need to cover. I know that things are kind of difficult right now, but we still have so many blessings if we're willing to look at those. So Pisces, if that is you, manifest some other reality. It's okay to, we're in this new moon. So if you don't have what you think you have, or, it also could be like 9 of Pentacles in reverse next to that is like, you might be having self-worth issues. And because your self-worth is not where it needs to be, it's going to continue to block your abundance. Okay. That's still little bit more of a bigger, higher level thing. And we're just trying to focus on the little, micro day thing. But yeah. So those are our daily cards for today. That's going to be it for today. I'm glad you guys hung out. It's fun to spend a little moment in the mornings with you guys. I will post this for playback if you didn't get to see the whole thing, and we'll see you guys next time. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the weekends or not. We'll see. But otherwise, I will see you guys Monday. Okay. Have a good Friday. Bye.